Okay, I am back and everything has dried, and I want to take you on to the next step, which is the most fun step of all, which is the doodling on your paper. So I wanted to show you what I use to do that, and I've got these micron pens. They're archival ink, and they came in a set. So the set was a 1, 2, 3, 5, and an 8. And the smaller the number, the smaller the tip. You can use a Sharpie pen. I would just make sure that I'm using something that's permanent so that in case you put something water-based on top, that that's not going to smear. So that's what we're going to doodle with. The other things that I have, and I don't know how much we'll get to today, but I bought some Posca pens, and the first set that I got was this larger set, and they were in Japanese, and I could not read the color, and the tip was wider, and so it was difficult to do some of the detail work. I do like the more skinny tip, and so this I ordered on Amazon, and I like these a lot better because they are a whole set of the smaller tips, and they also have the color on there, which I love. You know, obviously you can kind of see what the color is on the lid, but when you're doing something and somebody wants to know what color you're using, you're like, ew, oh, you know, I don't know. So now I can tell you what color I'm using. So anywho, we're using those for the detail work in our pieces to add some color and excitement and some details and some interest. I also have this chrome marker, and I ordered this for another project, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try this, and I'm just going to see how it works. It's a high gloss liquid chromium pen. It's 1.0 millimeter fine tip, and this has been really fun. So I definitely used it on here. If you can see it right there. And it's been super fun. It just takes your work to a whole other level. Now, I also have a couple of punches here. So this is just the round punch, circle punch, 2-inch. And then I have this 2-inch punch, and it has the scalloped edges. This is all I had when I initially did these. And so it, you know, it was okay. I just don't prefer the scalloped edges on everything. I want to show you what the doodling is composed of. Now, you can look on Pinterest. You can start yourself some little doodle notes, some little practices. Like I just kind of looked back on here. I used some triangles, and after I did the doodling, I kind of did some lines and did some dots on them, and that's kind of the last step before everything. But I just kind of drew on some shapes I liked. I tried some botanicals and some, you know, weird shapes, like some balls with some details in them. I've got like some avocado shapes or some ovals. I did a big paisley there. These are kind of oval with a point on the end of them, and you know, just all kinds of different variety of things. These are just some like square, I guess you can call them square swirls or whatever. This is one of my favorite things to do here. I don't know why I like that so well, but you can just do dots. You can do different shapes of circles and ovals. I mean, some squigglies. I did kind of some little folk art doodles there. This one I don't even like. I just like the colors, but I don't even know what I was doing there. So any kind of doodle that you like to do, get started with something simple. Right here, I'm just going to do some swirls. Let's see if I can get you in a little bit closer. Maybe I can keep my paper in focus. I'm sorry about the shadow. Like I said, I just have zero natural light right now. And then you can do some smaller ones. And I'm doing this all in one spot. And then I'm going to move on with another doodle in another location. And sometimes I will go ahead and just repeat the same doodle in a different area. So I'm just going to twist this around, and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do the same doodle over here. Now, the repetition is nice because 1, you don't have to think about another doodle to do. And 2, it gets you some more practice. And 3, it goes faster. So all those things are very helpful. Now, you don't have to do it in kind of a circle area like I'm doing. You can, stretch it out, elongate it, the area that, there's no rules. The reason that I do what I do is because when we come back with our punch, I want it to pick up several different things. All right, and then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do the same thing. Pinterest is a really good place to find some doodles. What you want to look under is probably Zentangle for beginners, and you get lots of ideas there. Or you can just make up your own. Some of the Zentangles are really difficult, and even though I've practiced them some, like this one right here is a Zentangle. This is hard, getting the shape to stay the same. It doesn't work. Like this one is a good one, but these other ones are just wonky. And not that that matters. I'm just kind of anal retentive. So, in the big scheme of things, it doesn't matter because you're probably not going to see all of that in one circle anyway. So I don't know what I'm stressing over, but I'm kind of I don't know, my own worst critic. You know how that goes, I'm sure. Okay, so I've got 4 little areas. I could probably go up here. You could do it on a larger scale too. In other words, make it larger. So you would just make a big circle. But you'd be surprised how quickly it fills up. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is one of my other favorite things, and that is just some ovals. And then I do another oval around it. That's what I call the avocado, because it just looks like an avocado to me. But these, when you add color to them, you just have so many color choices and options. And you can put stripes in the middle there. You can put stripes on the outside. You can put dots. I love dots. I do a lot of dots, you'll see. But I just kind of stay in the same size. You can do different sizes if you like. This is just kind of what my hand likes to do. Then I'm going to come and I'm going to do some more over here. And like I said, you don't have to do clusters. Like you could do one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. I just find that it helps me figure out how to fill the space easier if I do the clusters. Let's see, maybe I'll come here. It'll take you a little practice to start getting the same size going when you start, but your hand will get used to the muscle memory if you do it enough, like I have, because you know, when you're doing a video, you have to have multiple stages of things finished. And so I've been working on this for many days behind the scenes. The fun thing about these is, even with the Posca pens, you can leave the space open and not have to fill it in because it's already a color. There's already color behind there, which is wonderful that you already have a pre-made background. And I love the color variation. I did that one with the blues and the greens, and I had a little bit of difficulty deciding what colors to put on top after I did the outline of the doodles. And then I finally just went with all the colors because it was going to be too monochromatic. And I didn't really have enough colors to make your eye land anywhere. It was just kind of splaying out. So I wasn't liking that effect. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I've got 4. I'm starting to do 4. You can do 3s, you know, whatever. But see how quickly, let's see, the space starts to fill up. Now I like to do some vines, and so I'll come in here, and I just start with some simple lines like this. And then start with some leaves. And then I just, let me close up. And then I kind of draw an upside down heart for a leaf here. And then I keep doing little leaves as I go. And then I just rotate. Or it could be a teardrop, whatever. And then I just keep going up, and then it ends up to be a really pretty little vine or botanical or whatever you want to call it. And it's easy. It did take me a while to figure out what shape I wanted the leaves to be. And you can put these little leaves anywhere, doesn't matter. Just fills in some of the space, gives it a little more of a realistic look. And sometimes I go out to the top and start my way back down. So you can see that it does take a little bit of time, especially when you're first starting out and you're really trying to figure out what doodles you're going to do. And so I would suggest that you already have your doodle plan. So what I'm doing is I am looking at another sheet that I have already done and just repeating those doodles on this page. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to keep doodling in real time for me, but then I'll speed it up for you guys so that you can see some different doodles. I hope you've gotten some really good doodle ideas. If not, or if you would like to do something different, go to Pinterest or Google and check out doodle ideas or Zentangle ideas. Like I said earlier, Zentangle for beginners is a good place to start. They can be a little bit difficult though, so you really have to just pick through them. In the next video, we're going to go into embellishing our doodles. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.